So I had this idea about doing almost like an idea I had that's sort of inspired by Bionicle, where like everyone's mechanical or looking like almost a Sentai character or something like that. It comes a little bit out of me just not finding humans to be that interesting. But basically it's almost a little bit similar to, say, Transformers or, trying to think of it, Bionicle or something like that, but just having these humanoid characters, but they're robots. I think that's super fun, and, it's more fun for me, but I guess the question for me is, like, if it's robots and aliens, right, then it just feels like I'm excluding humans for some reason. I don't know. I'll work through it and see what I want to do. I do need to do more conceptual work. Defining sort of, the expansion that I want to do, because this will harmonize my my Yukta Vish yoga thing. So my Yukta Vish sort of, what's the word? My Yukta Vish stellium. And the Vish is internal and the Yukta is external. So I think some darkness also needs to be in all of this, which I think is where it's coming from, that I want these darker characters, these darker concepts of like these robots are doing things and things like that. That's where it's coming from. This is something that's so interesting in astrology, is I can even diagnose my creative impulses through it. But yeah, so doing something like this I think could be fun. I think also robots can just completely just murder each other, just rip each other to pieces, the Allspark going out, everything, and it's not actually gory, and it's actually not as disturbing. It's like in Finding Nemo, there's a lot of concepts of death in Finding Nemo, but they're fish, so it's more digestible to a child, even though I was actually a little bit traumatized by the film. But yeah. So, I want to take this, I want to develop the idea and figure out what I actually need out of it, because ultimately I'd like to be more ultimate, right? I'd like to be more human. I'd like to, make something that touches people and reflects people, But maybe this is incorrect, because the angels, the aliens, my Venus retrograde, which Venus is significator of creativity mostly. Venus is retrograde, meaning I need to focus on myself, and that'll manifest. My train of thought got disrupted at 333. In other words, Saturn is shooting back to me. I think it's a little bit of a blessing, signifying a blessing from Saturn. But yeah, Venus is saying I need to focus on myself and basically be selfish to attract more resources. And the minute I stop being selfish, the world falls apart. I just need to, like as a kid, I think that this was a big thing where I was very, very selfish. And my family told me I was selfish, and I just kept being selfish. I was totally, unfazed by their criticisms. And, this is very much as a child, you're not interacting with your own karma. It was only at about the age of 15 or 16 that I learned about, how to win friends and influence people, which basically fucked me up. I didn't even take it that seriously. I took it seriously for a few years and found it effective. Because telling people what they want to hear is always effective, right? Not that you're lying, but you're just being nicer than you actually mean to be.
Hey, that's my castle.
And I think it appears that Dale Carnegie was, actually a nice guy. But yeah, I think there's some issue with it. Also, you know, sort of the opposite impulse is to go, you know, 48 laws of power. I just think that that thing is shitty. I think it would work for me. I just think it's delusional. I think it gives you a delusional concept of what other people actually are. I think it's better to just be selfish and not even think about others, not think what, because both is actually a hyper focus on others, and this is a big criticism of the red pill, black pill communities, the incel community, the Sigma male community, you know, as much as these even are serious communities, you know, they're focused on other people. They're not focused on themselves, and this is a great, you know, argument to say selfishness is actually more productive and powerful than selflessness. Just saying me, basically. Doing what's right for me. So, and I've leaned on Ketu a lot with this, and intuition. Ketu aspecting, opposing my moon actually, which is good and bad, I think. As long as I do the work and the contemplation, it will give me the benefits of intuition. So, contemplation and work need to go hand in hand. The mundane and the the superior, the ethereal. 633 stopped. Then 6 is Sun, Tiferet. Sun and Saturn. All of it reduces to 12, which reduces to 3 again, which is Saturn. Interesting. Saturnine ego, which is something I've seen in download. I've seen it in visions. A black sun, or a sun wreathed in black, as if the Rahu eclipsing the sun. But it's reversed. It's inverted. Interesting stuff. Anyways, you know, so I should just focus on my own creative impulses. I do get bored of robots at times, but you know, so maybe the answer to that is aliens, I guess. I don't know, you know. I don't know if I'll get bored of aliens, basically. But yeah, for some reason I find humans boring. I have very low tolerance for humans, or very low interest in humans. Perhaps this is just who I am. It's a picture of my, you know, my soul, my galactic past or something. Not to get too much in the weeds about it, but, you know.
You're the second greatest.
Yeah, so I think there's something about, I feel that the worlds of Bionicle or Transformers or various other worlds are somehow a little bit too hemmed in, I guess. Maybe the word I'm going for, what I'm sensing is that, you know, typically when I do humans are just faceless masses, and the robots and aliens are more complex. So, I don't know, I think it should be the opposite of that, but I feel a strong and creative impulse to glorify the machine. Maybe it's the AI god infiltrating my mind. So, you know, we'll see. Lot to navigate. Unfortunately, my creative impulses, I think I really need to, you know, basically honor them. Yeah, I think I need to honor my creative impulses and, you know, do what I feel. But at the same time, I do come to a point and feel like, is this really right? Is this really? It almost feels immoral in a way. And I don't know what that could mean. There's a oh shit, I have Jupiter, fucking Jupiter-Mars opposition, just like my ex does. So that means I want to go in a direction, and then I'm like feeling immoral about it. So I just need to not feel immoral, or find a new way to harmonize Mars with Jupiter. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, well that's gonna take some thinking. Jesus Christ.